Hey everyone, this is Jackie Cooper with J. Cooper Travels, and I want to welcome everyone back to this episode and to the talk show J. Cooper Travels. I'm really excited today to have this story because Anna and her husband are involved with insurance and they're helping a lot of people, and they have a story that's really inspirational. But before I bounce it over to her to share more about her story and how they're helping people, I just want to share a little bit more about what J. Cooper Travels is, and for those that might be new to the talk show. I got started, I guess it's now almost 2 years. It's amazing how fast time flies. And I've talked to over 300 different people on the variety of talk shows that I'm doing. And the purpose of J. Cooper Travels is actually to share stories of where we go, of who we meet, of how we travel in our lives, and how do we help others. Because we're all on a path, and sometimes that's a physical path, and sometimes, it's our personal life path. So J. Cooper Travels really is to help everyone be inspired to reach beyond themselves and to think outside of the box. I know that personally, I do a number of things. I started off my career as a lawyer, but I navigated into special education teaching, but I also have different side businesses, and they all are connected to different passions that I have. So, again, as the new year approaches, or whenever you're listening to this, it's all about thinking about how can we travel more joyfully in life and enjoy the quality of the life that we've been given. So, Anna, thank you so much for being on. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Jackie?
Doing good, doing good. So, why don't you go ahead and introduce your company, the one that you have with your husband, and also for those that are listening who might not be on the video side of our conversation, why don't you give them the website so they can also reach out to you?
Okay. My husband and I started Gets to You Insurance. We are licensed in 5 states for personal insurance, and we can do commercial insurance in all 50 states. Our website is Gets to You Insurance. So our first name or our last name is GOETZ, the number 2, letter U, insurance.com. And our phone number is 985-514-5047.
That's great. For everyone who might be driving or might not have a pen and paper, I will definitely have the contact information in the block below, so that way you can reach out and be able to access their support and ask any questions, because I know they're here to help you. So how did you get involved with insurance? I know you were doing things way before the insurance field.
Yeah, we started in insurance. My husband started first. He started in life insurance in 2019. And he did that for a year and realized that a lot of people don't see the importance of life insurance. So he wanted something more stable that more people had needs for. So he wanted to dive into property and casualty. So we both got licensed in the spring of 2020 and decided to go independent, and our business became fully functional in September of 2020. And
Wow.
we've been working for just over a year now.
So you actually started during the pandemic. That must have been very interesting for you to get started during that time period.
It was, and somewhat frustrating as well, because people were so disconnected at that point in time.
So what are some of the questions that people normally ask you when they are thinking about insurance? Do they ask you some standard questions that you think that a lot of people always have?
I think it fluctuates a lot, especially when it comes to whether people are dealing with a captive agent that only can give them one quote versus an independent agent that can give them several different quotes with several different carriers. And I think there's a lot of people that are not aware that that's an option. The independent agents shop for them with the several different carriers. So anytime they have to renew or anything, the independents will shop for them. We are really exceptional with our customer service. And if somebody has a renewal coming up, we contact the customer before that and ask them if they want us to shop or if they just want to leave it the same, if there's anything they want to change, and so on and so forth. So we make sure that the client is getting exactly what they need.
So you bring up a really important point. You were talking about, I think you used the word captive agent. So do you want to explain a little bit more what that means? Because I'm not sure that everyone understands how the insurance business works.
So a captive agent is someone that is associated with the big name brands in insurance, Allstate, State Farm, Farmers, those types of businesses. And typically they can only offer one quote depending on what they're working on, unless they have branched out into a marketplace type situation.
So you're able to offer more than one quote?
Yes, we have several different carriers. Some we are direct with, others we are associated with through what they call a cluster group. So it's a network of hundreds and thousands of different agents that are associated with the carriers within the cluster that allow us to have access to a lot more different markets.
So that actually means that you can provide more options for someone. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely.
So, so why don't you go ahead and share your number again so people can be sure to reach out to you.
Okay, people can contact us through 985-514-5047. My husband also has a number, 985-244-9457.
So what kind of insurance, why don't you name some of the categories of the insurance that you can get quotes from you?
Okay, so for personal insurance, we do home, auto, all of your specialty autos as far as motorcycle, RVs, boats, those types of things. As well as we offer specialty niche insurance through American citizens that have properties in Mexico. We can offer them homeowners insurance, vacation insurance for people that are going to their properties, as well as covering their vehicles and boats and stuff down there. And then we also offer commercial and business insurance in all 50 states, depending on the risk.
That's great. That is really super. So normally in the talk show, I have a one place, one tip. So what would you like to talk about first? Do you want to talk about the tip or the place?
I'll do the tip.
Okay, great. So what tip would you give to the listeners if they're thinking about insurance and agents and things like that?
So as far as the tip goes, I think it's super important that clients understand the coverages that they are getting through whatever agency that they're using. And also to make sure that that agent is doing what they should be in the client's best interest. We make phone calls. We're constantly touching base with our client, whether it's a card in the mail or just a phone call to see how they're doing or if they have any questions for us.
I think that's super. I think that personal touch is really important because people sometimes don't realize the questions they have until they have situations where they actually need some help. So that's awesome that you provide that concierge type of service. What's the one place that you would suggest that either you have visited or near where you live that someone should kind of discover when they go there?
In our area, about an hour away, there's the neatest place that we go hiking. It's called Clark's Creek. And it's in the middle of nowhere on a little back road, and you can hike there all day long. It's beautiful. There's waterfalls. It's just very unique for
What
the
state,
area. And
what state are you in?
what's that?
What state are you in?
Louisiana.
Louisiana. So for individuals that are traveling to Louisiana, definitely check that out. So any last minute thoughts as to, what we've been talking about before we wrap up?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, well, why don't you go ahead and share your website again and phone number so people can reach out to you. Again, everyone, it's really important to know that as you shop for insurance, get complimentary quotes, do some cost comparison. You never know, what you can learn by talking to more than one professional, and you might be really surprised as to what you need and where you can save. So Anna, go ahead and share your contact information again.
Okay, you can get a hold of Frank and I at Gets to You Insurance. Our website is Gets, GOETZ, the number 2, letter U, insurance.com. Our phone numbers are 985-514-5047. Frank's is 985-244-9457. We look forward to visiting with you and answering your questions.
Yeah. Now, for everyone who's listening, definitely stay on and continue on this talk show, because I'll be adding some additional things that you might want to check out and explore. Anna, thank you so much for being on today. I look forward to having more conversations with you. I know that you and I talked about the fact that there are specific types of insurance policies that people might need to know about. So I know we're going to do continuing episodes. Everyone definitely reach out to her and her husband and see if they can help you. I know that they will definitely treat you well. So thank you so much for being on, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, Jackie.